I first want to say that this class has had a tremendous impact, both on my life and ministry. Um, Background about myself: I started my career as an attorney before uh, deciding to go into ministry full time and pursue seminary education, and so that's kind of the background. And I come from serving as a public defender for um, defense work in Durham County, North Carolina, specifically with juveniles. I belong to the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church, the second oldest African American denomination in the United States, founded about a year after the AME Church in New York City. And so we have a very strong emphasis in social matters and injustices. Some of our more famous members have been Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, and so we have a very strong presence in our communities. However, it has kind of moved away from being more of a community-based institutional style church into more of a social kind of gathering of what I have learned to be intellectual African American people that have left their communities and moved in and come into the church on Sundays. Um, and my vision was to, specifically for my church that I pastor here in Pasadena, First Amy Zion Church, was to get them ministry minded in their local community, which was a challenge when a majority of the members live in Rancho Cucamonga, Fontana, South Pasadena, Glendale, is to get them involved in the local Pasadena community. And this class showed me that being an intellectual is a good thing, and that Dr. King was able to utilize his intellectual power as an organic intellectual to reach into his community and to show them that you too can rise above your background, your social, economic, socioeconomic status, or whatever else may hinder you. And so, I utilizing mainly the strategy of organic intellectual, I think was going to be beneficial for my local church in getting them to understand that we need to use the power that we have, our education, even our economic power, to strengthen our community and to get them empowered to do better. We are located right in the center of what would be perhaps considered the ghetto of Pasadena, and so we really have an opportunity to reach out into that particular community and speak to them as organic intellectuals and get into that community and really uh, get them involved in issues that plague their local community, which we may not necessarily know of because we don't live in the community, but we can gain knowledge of as intellectual. And so I think that that's what Dr. King would want. He would want us to see the needs of our local community and speak to those needs, even if we're not necessarily living in those communities. Dr. King was able to go uh, around the country and speak to different needs of different peoples and different, uh, socioeconomic statuses in different regions, because he understood, like Paul said, to the Jew I was a Jew, to the Greek I was a Greek, how to transform yourself to be like the people that need you the most, and not you know being over them because you are quote unquote smarter or richer than they are, but really becoming like them to meet their needs. And so uh, I'm going to utilize tremendously the organic intellectual principle moving forward.